Hello.
Hey.
Hello and welcome to the 19th episode of VspireLab FB Live Interview Series, where we aspire to inspire your startup journey and equip you with the necessary knowledge to succeed. Today, we have Mr. Giden from Bloomthis. He's the CEO and founder of Bloomthis, who will be sharing about his journey from a commercial business to taking it online and also to taking it into 3 other countries, right? So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Giden to give a brief introduction about himself.
Hi, so I'm Giden, the co-founder of Bloomthis.
Co-founder, sorry.
Yes, I co-founded the company with my wife.
That's why co-founder.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, Bloomthis basically, we're essentially an e-commerce that delivers handcrafted designer flowers, luxury flowers, and we do it on demand.
Alright.
And we do it via subscription as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on demand meaning like one time?
Yeah, basically, people wants to buy a gift, a
Okay.
floral gift for a specific occasion. So we
Okay.
do same day delivery. If you
Alright.
deliver or you purchase before 1 p.m. of the
1
day,
p.m.
You get it delivered by 6 p.m. On the same day. So
Okay.
so literally.
And what's a subscription model for that?
Subscription is quite simple. So basically, think of it as you pay a monthly subscription and you
Okay.
get flowers delivered consistently on a weekly basis or bi-weekly or once
so
a
it's
month.
like it's probably like for houses, offices,
Yeah.
hotels.
Hotels. Well, people who we see people, different people subscribing to flowers. One is for their own home. People who love like having flowers and
Right,
beautiful, flowers in their house or offices.
It makes you peaceful, right?
Yeah, it is. It gives you a good, a different, happy feeling, a sense.
Right.
But we also see a lot of people who subscribe as gifts, right? Like
gifts.
especially we see husbands who are traveling, who are for work away
Okay.
for some time. They subscribe to flowers for their wives because they couldn't be there. So flowers are being
So
delivered. Yeah.
I saw this like the sentimental Facebook post, like a guy passed away, so but every birthday of his
Wow.
wife after this for the next.
Wow, yeah.
So can we
Wow.
set up something like that?
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah, that's we definitely can do something like that. Yeah,
That's really
Yeah.
nice. Okay, could you introduce more about yourself? So you said you're from pharmaceuticals. And
Yeah.
How did you end up there? What were you doing before that?
Well, I graduated here locally in University Malaya. With a Bachelor of Science degree. So naturally, my first job is around the science field,
Yes,
and I started in a few pharmaceutical companies
Okay.
in sales.
Alright.
And that really gave me really good learnings, experience in terms of, I would say, in sales you really need to know how to negotiate
Right.
and really need to know how to close a deal. And I think, and I would say, persuade people to buy your product, right? And I think as an
How to
entrepreneur,
convince them that they need your product.
yeah, exactly. And as an entrepreneur, it's all about really, trying to, you are constantly convincing people to buy your product, to invest in you, join your team, right? So that really gave, I would
Sell
say,
yourself.
yeah, I would say, right, like inspire, like what you guys are doing.
Haha.
Yeah, and I would say that really gave me a great foundation to start off in my
Okay.
entrepreneur journey.
Alright, so like you said that started with your mom's shop back in Penang.
Yep.
So why do you think that you had to like take it to the next level, take it online?
Yeah. So my mom has been a florist ever since, ever since I was younger than 10,
Okay.
7 or so. Yeah.
Alright,
So
alright.
so basically, I literally grew up in a family that is working around flowers. So helping around in the shop, in delivering the flowers,
Okay.
and when I got a bit older, I was trying to work on some campaigns, to help mom in her business. So by doing that, I began to see gaps. I began to see some of the problems in the industry, and ultimately, which translates to the experience of buying and delivering flowers and the product and all that. It's we can do more.
Can do more. So the gap that you found was, what was it?
Yeah, like I said, mainly is the whole buying and receiving flowers experience, right? In terms of, and it engulfs things like the product, the offering, the type of flowers that you even get is has
even
always-
like today, I just walk or go by a normal traditional store. I'll be like, it's just a normal thing. I just park my car, walk in. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want this, I want this, I want
Yep.
this. Make me a bouquet from that.
yeah.
So how did you change that?
Yeah, so I think the important thing is that what we did differently, how we started was to learn from the business models and innovations around the world,
Okay.
and see what can we, incorporate here in Malaysia first.
So you took a model from overseas.
Yeah, we looked at we saw the subscription model.
Okay.
We saw some of the type of products that were, when I say
Selling
products,
well.
like types of flowers and all
Okay.
that was selling, and in Malaysia we don't get so many of that
I
kind of
know.
flowers. So what we're trying to do is try to introduce more unique and luxury
Okay,
flowers.
So like those ones, they don't really grow well in Malaysia, right? How do
You thing is that you get some even Malaysia you get quality flowers in Malaysia.
Okay,
It's just
okay.
a different type of flowers, and sometimes flowers are
Okay.
seasonal. So you can
Right,
take, for
right.
example, like tulips or peonies that come from China and Holland,
Uh-huh.
right? So you get like different types of flowers here, and we try to
There's, like,
introduce it.
infinite number colors of tulips there, man.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
every
amazing,
color
right?
imaginable is there.
Yeah, it is amazing. So what we did was really to ultimately, what can we do to give the customer the best experience when they buy? So it translates all the way from not just the product. Yeah, the product has to feel good.
Yes.
When people give, they have to be proud of giving that product. Yeah. So that's why we try to build a brand that will give people that best experience. The platform
When
and
you receive it, you want to think, that guy thought about me when he bought this.
yeah, it's a special occasion when people. That's why we look at flowers as just a medium to help people to create beautiful moments.
Right.
And people give flowers
right.
on a specific occasion. It has to usually are like a special person's birthday or an anniversary, or because you want to show appreciation, right? So that moment is very impactful, and it's meaningful to everyone who is delivering that flower. So that's why we want to make sure the end-to-end process, from the moment they start buying it to the recipient receiving the product, it has to have that impact on that whole entire process, from buying to receiving it.
Buying to
Yeah.
receiving. So
Yeah.
it's like, so the receiver has a good experience in receiving it. How are you helping the buyer?
Yeah, it's very important that the buying process is very easy, very simple. We help the buyer to decide what make the decision process easier, make the buying process. So
give
our platform
suggestions.
makes it easier. Yeah, and we inform them clearly, like, okay, you can get this delivered on the same day, or some of the products that you can't, and also the type of products that we put in.
Okay.
Some of it right now we are introducing bundles that are not just with flowers, but we work with some brands like Häagen-Dazs. We worked with
ice
Body Shop
cream.
before, ice cream, and Yan Sang, and there are other collaboration that we do, trying to incorporate the entire gift to be something very tasteful and quality. Yeah.
Curated.
Yeah, it's curated, and so when the giver gives something like that, it is meaningful to the recipient.
Right.
Yeah.
So if someone likes Power Rangers or something like that, you incorporate maybe the 5 colors of the Rangers or something like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So good. After that, moving into your company side.
Sure.
You said your co-founder.
Yes.
is your wife.
Yes.
Who turned out to be your wife.
Turned out, right?
Was it pre-planned?
Well, pre-planned. Well, we actually got together as a couple first before we even started the business.
Alright. So during your pharmaceuticals days.
Yeah, exactly. She was previously in the same company. She was my colleague from a different department.
Alright.
So
The company lost 2 good people, man.
the company built good people. Okay, it's a
Built
great
good
company.
people.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think what happened was when we got together, I've always I knew I always wanted to grow the flower business, right? In fact, Bloomthis is the 3rd try after 2 failures. So
What was the first 2 trials?
I mean, to bring the flower business online. So we actually created 2 different websites already, and traction wasn't really there, and so we decided to really go back to the drawing board and draw our business canvas all over again, and really find the USP, and literally like build Bloomthis from scratch again. So Penny has Penny she's very encouraging then, and was very inspiring to also help in the
Tony Stark had his Penny.
yeah.
Giden has his Penny.
yeah. That's what they say, right? The success is always because there's a woman behind. But I can totally agree with that. So we've been working together on building and innovating the flower space even before Bloomthis was formed. So and so naturally when we started Bloomthis, we put everything into it. And
so, like one thing people always ask is like, should you marry your co-founder? Is it alright? Are there going to be problems at home later? What's your suggestion on that?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Why?
No, I think it's not for the faint-hearted. I must say,
not for the faint-hearted.
It's tough. There are a lot of challenges. 100%. But I would say so far we pulled through, right? We didn't kill each other and we got married. We started Bloomthis and then we didn't kill each other and then we got married and then we're still here. Right. So I think
it's being well done. What would be the key point to make it a success, like a marriage and a business together?
Yeah, actually, if you ask me, the most important thing is to put your family first.
Family first.
And the most important thing is to, for me, because the unique team, the founding team, is because we are a husband and wife at the same time. So it's very important to set the priorities right.
So you have like a family feeling in your company, is it?
That we try to translate what we do, our passion, to the entire team. But importantly, between the 2 founders, if you ask me, the family has to come first. Our love for each other has to come first. That is the very foundation of how Bloomthis is actually formed, and so that foundation is very important.
So could you share a moment that you had to choose this business or family, and how you
the choices happen on a daily basis that we have to make these kind of choices. I mean, you can imagine we work with each other from in the morning we see each other all the way to when we go home. So what we have done is that we have you can call it segmentize the day, or compartmentalize what work is work, and then a certain time of the day we will not talk about work, especially when we go home. We make a point
talking about
work. It wasn't like that, right? I mean, when we first started, it's just the 2 of us, so it was work all the way. Even in the middle of the night, we will wake each other up. Hey, look, we got this idea, and this is what we're gonna do next.
So maybe that builds the chemistry even more.
Yes, but at the same time, it's really important to prioritize relationship as well. For people, I think those founders who are a couple, husband and wife, I think they can relate with us, where it is very important to understand, empathize, and build that relationship with your better half first. That is the first thing you need to do. So you really need to prioritize time, and do the couple stuff, right? Go and spend quality time together. Yes, and you have to make sure you have that time allocated, and then you can be effective. When it comes to work, we go full force and we work hard.
Right.
Yeah, it's better. It's easier said than done.
Maybe you have to experience it to actually know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, you said you had done 2 other previous trials for your shop, for your. How did you come up with the idea? Was it like a blog spot or what, something like that?
Okay. We've always started building a site straight away.
Okay.
It's just.
Is it recommended?
Is it recommended? If you ask me, I think different business and different business model can be very different. But what we are trying to do, if you look at Bloomthis, we're trying to create beautiful moments for people. We're trying to improve that whole experience. We try to inject innovation into a traditional business.
So the website itself is a moment for them.
So by building your own site, it is important because you build your brand, you build the value proposition very clearly. You you literally it's really brand building, right? So we started off this way instead of putting our products on marketplaces and whatnot, and we even curate our own product and whatnot, so that the end-to-end experience, we have we are able to impact every layer of the business, so that at the end of the day, the customers
user experience journey.
Yes, it's a great journey. So that was important to us. So that's why we chose to build our site.
So I just want to share, I was thinking again, empathy and sympathy.
Yeah.
Sympathy is when you feel for like, I just got into accident.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, pity him. He's going through a bad time.
Yeah.
Empathy is when you feel like you are the person who is being affected.
Exactly.
It's two different things.
It's difficult. It's not always easy to empathize.
But they say that's where EQ comes into play instead of IQ.
Yeah.
Alright. So then you built your business. It didn't turn out well. Why did it turn out well?
I would say that we didn't understand e-commerce then, and we thought, you just build a site and then people will come and buy lah. Just put a site out
Build it
there.
and they shall come.
Yes, exactly, right?
No, doesn't work anymore.
So first site built, and then there was no traction. Built the second site because we thought the first site was ugly. We thought that because nobody buy because it was ugly lah. So let's make it more beautiful. So we look at what's beautiful site mean to us, and then we just built something. Same result is it wasn't really.
But there was some sales.
Yeah, definitely. There are some sales. It's just that it's not consistent, and you got to online. You really got to build trust among your audience, right? Your customers, and you need to know where your audience are, who they are, and how to look for them, and the strategies to acquire
where your
them.
customers hang out.
Your customers hang out, and
so then finally you came to this version. What did you do differently?
So basically, it's still a site, right? Every site is still a site. It's still a site.
Still a site, yes.
But what's really important is how can you translate the brand to your audience, so that they can trust that you are the expert in this field, and I can count on you to get this done. Like I need to make sure that the flowers are delivered for an anniversary, and this is our 7th year anniversary, and this really so important.
Be a big momentous event.
And it's going to happen once in this year. So they have to make sure that they are able to trust this partner or this
Let's say I'm a new
service.
guy coming to your site, I might not trust you.
Correct. So exactly. So that's really important to build the brand. The site has to be easy to use. We have to show enough confidence to people to social proof and all that.
Social proof, yes. So initially, what was your social proof like? Like WhatsApp conversations, screenshots.
We use social media a lot. So Instagram was one of our first channels.
So like I receive your product, I hashtag your product.
Yeah,
or something like that.
and people receive Bloomthis. They themselves actually hashtag and share, because naturally also the product is beautiful. People like to share beautiful things.
Of course.
And they're happy about it, and it really, that moment is captured on Instagram or on Facebook, right? Because they
one
feel.
thing I want to ask is like, let's say you prompt them in your box, hey, thanks for purchasing from us. If you feel happy about this, share, like, and hashtag us. Is that necessary to say that?
Sorry, you mean ask them to share and like and tag when you send them a product, or you send them?
When you send them a product.
You can. That's exactly what we did actually when we first deliver our long boxes with flowers. We just encourage
check out
people
his boxes. They're beautiful. I don't know why I like boxes.
So we put a nice card in there and tell people about their flowers and the name of the flowers, and then we have a call to action where we encourage them to post and then just hashtag Bloomthis. And people do it because they're happy, and it's
unless you give a shitty product, then they won't do it.
But more than the product, actually, it's the moment, right? Like who gave this to the person. I want to thank this person.
Yes.
Hey, it's my birthday and you remembered, and they are sharing it and they tag their friend or their.
And now the first way
person.
to do it is like social media.
Yeah. So in a way that helped us also to gain some traction and visibility.
So how's like you started in 2015? How long did it take for you to grow and like to a decent revenue generating or profit generating business?
The thing is, we are a cash business, right? People pay online, and they pay first before they get it delivered. So it's definitely a fairly profitable business because the nature of the business model, right? But what's important to us is how can we continue to grow and let more people experience the product, like create that kind of impact. And when I look at impact, and I look at growth, it's not just growing the sales or growing the customers. That's one aspect, but growth happens in so many different aspects in the company. We talk about let's say our team members, people who are coming, are they growing? Are they growing their skill sets? Or are we creating moments for everyone, right? About our partners, as we grow, we give more deliveries, so we can actually get more delivery partners to help us to do delivery. So we're helping businesses, partners
you're helping
to grow.
everyone.
Yeah. So when I look at impact and what our business is doing, we are impacting so many different layers, from the customers to the team to our business partners to even investors who wants to come in, and whether they are impacted by working together with us or not. Do they see the vision and do they feel fulfilled themselves?
You have to sell your vision first before selling your product.
So that gives us that meaning, that gives us that purpose.
I think Branson or someone said, train your partners or your workers enough so that they can leave you. Be nice enough so that they don't.
That's not easy to do.
That's not easy to do, but that's way up there.
Yes.
So in a business like yours, you'll need like storage facilities to keep your flowers fresh. Isn't that cost intensive for someone to start a business like that?
Yeah, it definitely is, but I would encourage everyone to go lean and validate their idea and their business first.
Validation first.
Correct. So
how would they do that?
Yeah, so I can share how we did it, right? So literally, flowers are perishable, and you need to make sure that it is kept in cold condition and it's fresh. And we talk about creating the best product and all that, creating moments and making sure the product is tasteful and premium. We got to make sure that the storage is done properly, right? So what we did was we literally we've got this big fridge in our house. So we took everything out from the fridge, like no food. We've got no food to eat. Like literally, stay hungry, stay foolish, right?
All the stay hungry, stay foolish.
Stay hungry, stay foolish.
You really became hungry, man.
Literally, we did that. We took all the food out from the fridge. We got
but
no
you were
food.
not foolish. So
I don't know.
Even the compartment trays, you pulled it out.
We pulled everything out. So and we maximized the capacity of the fridge to keep the flowers, the raw flowers, and also the made up the boxes that we have already created and stored. So we know the maximum capacity of the fridge that we can take, but we have been doing that in our own house, delivering flowers off our own apartment for months. I think I don't know, maybe 5 to 6 months, I think.
So probably then you add a second fridge and so on.
No. So when we got traction and we validated the idea that people loved it, people were sharing on Instagram and they were buying it. There was growth in terms of the sales and all that. So we went ahead to join an accelerator program.
Accelerator,
and
which was it?
Then we got accepted to the Magic Accelerator program, the first MAP. We were the first batch when they first started. So from there, there were exposure, and I think Magic is really great in developing great entrepreneurs. I would say over there, they give so much.
Shout out to Magic.
Yeah, big shout out. Yeah.
Dude, one more thing behind work, so we got to tell them how work. Let us use
the ecosystem, right? As a whole, I think everybody, there's I think different agencies and private sectors are contributing to growing the ecosystem.
Who is helping in what situations.
So back to the accelerator program. From there, we actually got the exposure. Magic really brought in from media to investors to partners. They try everything they can to help us, and we really make the best out of it. And we managed to secure our first funding with 500 startups even before the demo day.
500 startups. They're right here as well.
Yeah, they're here. Yeah.
Okay, so 500 startups was first.
Yeah, they were our first VC who believed in us, and they gave us a seed round of funding, and we took that and we started to grow. The business started to hire, and we got.
What was your pre-funding life like? What was your post-funding life like?
Wow. So literally, what we gave up our career, a well-paying career, I would say. A very secure a job.
Drug runner.
Yeah, literally the legal drug pusher, right? But
Right,
legal.
yes.
But yeah, and both me and Penny, we know we were top performers in our company.
So they would have like offered you a higher salary package just to retain you.
Yeah, but we've already decided that this is what we want to do.
Okay.
So, but the decision to leave something so secure and to plunge ourselves into this crazy journey, it's not easy. So yeah, so we.
How long do you take to like actually think I should do this, I should not?
For me, I don't have to think.
Okay, for you.
I that's what I want to do.
For your co-founder, your wife.
No, she also don't know. She also want to do it. We just wanted, but I remember at the time we were telling each other and say, okay, maybe you don't plunge yet. Like let me do it first and try to get some validation first. And if that works, then only. So it only took her 3 months. She was waiting to go all
Hell
out
with
already.
this, I'm jumping.
Yeah, she's going all out with it. So the passion. Yeah, I think. But you were asking right before and after, right? Yeah, it's definitely very lean. We were like working off our own apartment. Like I say, fridge also no food, right? That kind of thing. And we spent zero on ads. No ads. We just.
How man? Like anyone would say ad is the way, ads are the way.
Yeah. Ads helps you to scale. Yeah, we spend a lot on ads now, but previously. Well, we just needed validation. We don't need to scale. If it's bad, the thing about scaling is if it's bad, you scale something that's bad. So so don't spend yet. We would, like I said, we ask the customers to tag us on Instagram if they like it, and then we get feedback from the customers, and we get consistent orders on a weekly basis, and so those are validation already for us, and we say, okay, I think we got something going. We got a product market fit, and now let's see how to refine it further, and then get some investment in to scale this further. And that's what the Magic Accelerator program did for us.
Okay, so they also taught you how to look for partners, look for investors.
Yeah. They literally created a platform where we can engage with them.
Like when you like coming back to your site, right? As you said, did you know how to code a website? Did
Nope.
you know how to?
I'm not a technical guy.
Incorporate that. So you got someone to do it, or?
Yeah. We got we hired an like a software house kind of thing to help
it's
with
totally
the site.
outsourced.
It's outsourced, completely
So
outsourced.
you don't have to like find a technical co-founder or anything like that.
Yeah. We just need to come up with conceptually what we want to achieve, and then refine from that. Just go out there, just push something out first, and refine from that. Technology is an enabler. If you for Bloomthis, we are in e-commerce. Yes, we are also like traditional. I would say the flower business can be traditional.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are layering technology on every part of a complex traditional business. But it is just an enabler. It is not the main thing. The main thing is, at the end of the day,
It's still a business.
Yeah, you're creating moments for people. You're giving people
That's the bigger
product,
picture.
solving other people's problem.
Right.
That's the real thing. Technology will help you to enable that process better, faster, more efficient, or the experience is better. So that's how we
You figure that out early enough. Some people will be like, no, I need to find I need to learn coding to do this.
I think it varies from the industry and the service, right?
What you're trying
to do. If it's a highly a technology platform that's solving a problem, that would work, and you got to make sure that the platform works, because you can't get validation. It's not because the idea don't work. It's just the execution of the what you're trying to build just don't resonate with your users at the moment. So you still have you still need to focus on technology heavier than like a business like ours, right? So I think it varies from different business.
One more thing I would like to ask is, like, you came from a florist background. Something people find it hard these days is like product sourcing.
Yep.
So what would your suggestion be if like someone is trying to start something, and like they'll be thinking, no, I need to go to China and see what's happening there, and like bring some stuff down and sell it. So what would be a simple and easy way to source their products?
These days we can go to Alibaba and Taobao and so many different sites that you can see sourcing your products. I think the channels are there. Yeah, you can go to China if you want, or anywhere in the world. Or there are so many platforms out there that you can search online. You can do your research online. All that. Yeah, I think the channels are there. The most important thing is I would encourage every entrepreneur to do is really to draw that business canvas
Draw
and to
that
understand really who are your target audience, what are their demographics like, the personification of your customers, what value propositions are you really pushing out, and how and you know the how you're gonna distribute it out. That business canvas is really important. Before then you can find ways. You can find your products, or you can create your own product. You can brand it, or you can sell it on platforms. All these different different things that you're going to do has to be governed by the business model canvas that you have set yourself to, you know.
If you're diverging out of your business model canvas, then you come back to it.
Exactly, that is like your northern star, right? That is what guides you to whether you should spend time or effort or resources. Or not, right? Are you going towards your goal you set yourself to achieve, or you are really just doing too many different things, right?
So you have like something to vision.
Yes.
Am I going towards that? Am I leaning left, leaning right? Do I come back to it? So we've talked about sourcing. Let's say for you now, you're a floral seller. Would you think about buying a whole flower farm to secure your supply?
Well, focus is really important, I would say, right? If you look at this chain, this business, you can say farm all the way to consumer. There's so many different aspects of the business. In every business, there are different aspects of it. But where, again, back to where your value proposition is, what is it that you are really doing, and where your strengths are. And as a startup, you don't really have that much resources, right? And it's very important to continue to stay lean, even if you're funded or not, or what. You really need to know where your resources are going and how to make the best out of it.
What's your expertise?
Expertise. Your team, the financial resources, your partners, your geographical locations where you really got to optimize all that. So don't do too many different things and big projects that can.
So I was reading like a research from like Giant and Tesco. They rebrand a lot of products to their own house brands, right? But they don't go around like trying to manufacture the products. They are a good seller. They know how to sell. Their job is to go and set up a store, market it out. So they know what they're good at. They just do that.
Just do what they're good at.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You should.
So that you have expanded to 2 other countries.
One country at the moment.
Singapore.
Singapore, yes.
Right. And how did that happen? Like taking the leap. Like, okay, I'm in Malaysia. Like normally people will be like expanding to the next state, like next city first, next state. How did you think about? Okay, I want to go across the straits.
Well, we've been looking at different countries in the region, and we knew that when the day we started Bloomthis, we knew we were going to scale in around to be that most loved flower company in Southeast Asia.
Most loved flower company in Southeast Asia.
So
that's your idea.
Yeah, we knew we were going to do that. And we will look at different countries around the region, but we love Singapore, right? I think we are very similar. Culturally, we're very similar, and we think that the barrier to scale can be lower, although competition can be fierce. But to be able to replicate what we do here, you can kind of understand that the audience in Singapore will also appreciate what you're doing. They are able to also buy and spend for your range of products. So after considering all the options, we think that it makes logical sense for us to start with Singapore. Just a country that we want to start with first and learn how to scale first. And then
that will be a first overseas model.
An overseas model, and then from there learn from the lessons and whatever pain point we have to move on to another country.
You set up an office there?
We have a team. We have a team that helps us to do fulfillment, but the main team is all here in KL.
So fulfillment meaning like your logistics arrive there?
Yes, the logistics are there.
They can spread it out.
Yes, correct. Logistics, the product, flowers, material, and all that is created over there, so that it's fresh, and then it gets delivered. So what kind of people you hire? We work with a team of they are skilled florists, I would say. Florists. So they are able to recreate the products that we have.
And then you have a delivery partner or your own in-house delivery team.
Yeah, our delivery partners are all our partners. We don't have our in-house. Again, that is not our core business.
Right.
Logistic and delivery, on-demand delivery in itself, it's a business in itself,
smart,
right?
man.
So
you know what
don't
you're
wanna do
good
that. So we don't want to do that. We work with partners.
Alright, so you have like, yes, you outsource your delivery process, your supply process. Alright. Let's say someone is starting out, you did your validation. If someone is starting out today, would they need to do like an analytics search, a Google Analytics to say, is this a trending stuff or is this just seasonal, a fad? So
yeah, I think importantly, for an entrepreneur to start, the most importantly is to know why you even want to do this.
The
why is the most important thing. It doesn't matter whether I see a huge opportunity here, or there's a lot of business over here, or Google search, everybody is searching these keywords, so it must be can monetize from here.
That's how they teach in business courses, man.
Yeah, you do that later.
Okay.
That's not the first thing you do.
Okay.
First thing is why do you even want to do this? Like why do you even want to inspire people with videos, right?
Alright.
What's that purpose? What is that thing that you want to achieve actually? And why you feel a passion and a burden to solve this particular problem, or to make this thing better, or make efficiency better? Why you are so compelled to do this? And that purpose and that why is the first and most important thing.
The why.
Yes. And then we look at how you're going to do that, right? And then you can do your research, your keyword search, and you see, is there a market in this? Is there a big enough problem that I'm trying to solve?
Is it a big enough problem?
Yeah, and where can I start? If the problem is so big, then it's so complex, where can I start first? And then all that thing comes after you understand your purpose of why you even do this in the first place. Yeah.
Okay, so like, would you say like partnerships are very important in scaling up a business?
Partnerships? Yeah. As a startup, you need like validation. People need to know that you can deliver your promise. You can do what you say you can do, right?
Okay.
And partners is great because I look at it in the different ways, right? One, they can be your marketing partners. People help to shout out your brand, and you do collaborations with them, which is what we do with many different luxury cosmetic brands, and like I mentioned a few already. They in return do marketing efforts that can help increase your exposure.
Like you did with Haagen-Dazs.
Yes, like Haagen-Dazs, we did with Body Shop, we did with SK2 before, and a few other brands.
So like, they are helping you market. What do you do in return for them?
So it depends on the mechanics that you work with them, and whatever you negotiate with them, that you both at the end have a mutual benefit to either we sell their product or
so
they want
let's
to
say
give
someone
up
they have an extra margin on certain product. Can they like give a flower from you to their customers as well?
So like with Haagen-Dazs, what we did was we bundled the ice cream, pints, and also during Mother's Day we gave the cakes bundled with our unique flowers. So they buy on our platform and they get both flowers and a cake to be delivered.
So the package is already on your website as well?
Yeah, comes together. Yes, it's on our site. So
how do you pick it up from them? Like, hey, I need 2 tubs of this right now.
Well, we have worked out our logistics. It's not easy, but we have already worked out logistically. And it's both brands are perishable brands.
It's perishable brands, and they're in the similar niche, what you call that, like gifts and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, correct, gifting and all. So that is one way when you talk about partnerships. Others are like for example the logistic partners that we work with, right? I think they've been really important to help you scale, because their efficiency, they are the last mile guys. They are the one that will touch the customer. So they are the experience that they give to the recipient. It's going to be felt, and
the last mile.
Exactly, the last mile. Yeah, exactly, right. And we get a lot of reviews coming from our recipients that we really the delivery guy is really polite. He even helped me to open the door and stuff like that. We get that kind of reviews.
Carried out my stuff into
and that last touch made an impact, compelled the person to even write a review. So that is so important, and you have good partners. who understands
Do you
your
test
brand.
them out first by buying a product through them or anything like that?
Yeah, I think what we do is we have worked with a few and we optimize with them, then, and then it's of course a continuous progress to develop,
see.
the process.
They need you, you need them.
Yeah. So though it's important we work in collaboration.
Put in collaboration. So if you're going overseas, do you go ahead and like look source for the partners? I have something like this in Malaysia, I'm looking for that in Singapore.
Yeah, we literally went to hustle and went to the country and we're looking for great partners to work with as well. Until we found a few good ones that we work with. Yeah.
Singapore was close to us in culture-wise, purchasing patterns. If you're, let's say, going to Thailand, what would be your steps?
I think similar steps. It's just literally go into the country and start hustling and start finding the right person who understand your vision, the value proposition that you're trying to do.
And you also like need to study like how do they purchase and their habits.
Yeah.
When do they give flowers?
Yeah. And existing what offerings are there? What kind of gap are you feeling? You would need to understand all that. Step by step and. Try to put that in, tabulate that. Yeah.
Right. You gotta list down their pain points.
Yeah, and understand.
Well, so like, what if you? I think you scaled up really fast in the 2 years. 2015. Now we're almost ending 2017. What would be like the accelerating factor, the catalyst that made you like just take off?
I think the most important thing about scaling is actually we learned that it is actually the people that is behind the entire brand. And when we have great people, and then we can scale.
How do you look for great people?
I think great people are around. It's important that you can inspire people to do better. And that's exactly what what we are trying to do. We're not exactly great at it, but what we strive to become better each day, to inspire people to be entrepreneurs themselves. You don't have to start up a business to be an entrepreneur. No, we are entrepreneurs in everything that we do. Looking at a problem, innovating a way to solve it and fix it better, and contributing. And so, I think the key to success is really the people with the right mindset, people with the right passion, who is always finding ways on how they can contribute to grow and having a growth mindset. And with the right people, then things will fall in place.
Things will fall in place.
Things sometimes will fall out of place as well, and we try to fix it
up and put it back in.
fix it together. But the team is extremely important. It is probably the most important element in a successful business.
In a traditional sense, people will be scared to hire people because they might steal the idea, go and open up shop next door or something like that. But in today's current like startup scene, like is there the fear still there?
No, I think competition is a great thing.
It's a great thing.
Especially in our industry, competition is great simply because first it shows validation, but two, it is building the demand together. So if we have different strong flower companies who is innovative in their own way, who is able to do certain unique things in their own way, what's going to happen is it's going to build the entire market to appreciate and to accept buying flowers better. So as a whole, we are all growing the flower industry in this part of the world, which is, if you compare with countries like China or Europe or US or even Japan and whatnot, we are still far behind. So for me, I'm always happy to share knowledge and to discuss and to learn from one another. So it's you can't do everything by yourself, right?
Definitely.
So you definitely need a strong team, and let them do what they are good at, and you do what you're good at, and then we all grow as a team. That's really important.
Okay, I don't see any questions here. There's a bunch of people watching, but I don't see any questions. So guys, if you have questions, leave a note below. I think we're almost done for today.
Okay.
Sorry guys, we got delayed today. Some small problem. It's settled now. drop a line. Drop our guest a line if you need some information. Okay, after this we have like 2 more sessions. But before that, if there's like one thing you want to let our viewers know, share with them something, what would it be?
I think I would say yeah, you only live once, right?
YOLO.
But so pursue what is meaningful to you. Pursue your dreams. Don't be afraid of failures. There will be. It's inevitable. When bad thing happens, it happens, and it comes all together. In fact, but don't be afraid. And
hungry days, hungry nights.
Yeah, and it's important to have a community of like-minded people to be around you. To do this together. It can be lonely. It can be maybe you might feel that sometimes people don't understand. But that's why there are places like this, like work, and there's ecosystems like Magic, MDAC, Cradle, and these guys. They are all here. So leverage on the ecosystem in Malaysia. It is growing, and most importantly, I would reiterate the point again, to understand exactly why you even want to do this. Why you do what you do, it's the most important point that you need to come to terms with, and then coupled with your passion, I believe there's nothing that will stop you from success.
Know your why, see what you like to do, validate.
Take it step by step.
Step by step. How important would a mentor be in your case?
Very, very important.
Because you knew your business. You knew how to sell. You knew how to deliver. How did the mentor help?
You probably know what you do best. Like nobody probably will know what you in your space. You are probably an expert in your space. You probably know what you do best. But you only know this much. We don't know everything. Mentors are so important. I have many mentors in different areas of my life, and I'm so appreciative of them to keep me in check and balance. To kick me when I'm like going out of off focus. I sometimes can get off focus, and that's where the mentor comes in and say, hey, what are you doing? Where's your business canvas? Show me. Stuff like that. So it's whatever it is in your life. I think it is important to have mentors. Just don't think you know everything, because you don't, right? Just learn from people. Keep learning. No matter which area you are in your life, just keep learning.
How do you approach a person for like this kind of advice? Like, I choose you to be my mentor. It doesn't happen like that. Pikachu, I choose you. No.
I cannot go to Penny and say, hey, I choose you to be my wife now, marry me. You don't do that, right? you build a relationship, right? Like you meet people, you learn from them, and you show sincerity. And you show progress. You build relationship. Exactly, that's the word. You build a relationship, and people. I believe people generally are good, and they are good, and they want to contribute. If they can contribute, they will contribute. And if you show sincerity and you're hardworking, and you say you do, and then you learn and you make mistakes, it's okay. You can go back and share with your mentor and say, hey, I tried this and didn't work, and I'm in this situation. What can you advise me? And when you start doing that, and the relationship is built, then naturally people will want to help you. So you don't go there and say, hey, can you be my mentor? It doesn't work that way. But you have to show your part, that you are, if people give you an advice, you do it.
Take action.
You take action, right? And someone would say, hey, this guy, I want to help him. I want to help her because she's serious, and she's trying to learn, and I can help her. I think I can contribute here, and people will try to help you. So
be
I would
sincere about it, right?
Yeah.
Ask and ye shall receive.
Definitely.
All right, I think we're almost at the end. Next week we're having MGAC on live on VspireLab. So stay tuned next week, and thanks a lot. Giden or Giden?
Giden. Yes.
Giden. I thought it was Gideon. No, it's Giden. Okay. All right. See you, man. See you, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye bye.